అందరికీ నమస్కారములు. సర్వేభ్యో నమస్కారః. Today we are going to start a new topic, that is Bhagawadgita. As you all know that this is the start of the second month of our course, the certificate course on Sanatana Dharma. It is advanced level 2 course and this is the second batch. This topic on Bhagawadgita is being taken by Dr. CSR Prabhu garu. Before we start the webinar, let us pay our respects to our country by reciting Vande Mataram. Let us request Chala Chittibabu garu to recite Vande Mataram, please.
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujalam Sufalam, Malayaj Sitalam, Sasya Syamalam Mataram, Vande Mataram. Subrajyosna pulakitayaminim pullakusumita drumadala shobhinim suhasinim sumadhura bhashinim sukhadam varadam mataram Vande Mataram Vande Mataram.
Vande Mataram. ధన్యవాదములండి Chala Chittibabu garu. Thank you so much. Now let us request Rajyalakshmi ji, is she there? Yeah. To chant Pradhana, please.
Astu Shri Gurubhyo Namah. 1 minute meditation. Om 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 Gananam Tva Ganapatigam Havamahe Kavim Kavinam Upamasravastamam Jeshtarajam Brahmana Brahmanaspata Anashunvannotibhisida Sadhanam Om Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha Om Prano Devi Saraswati Vajebhirvajinivati Dhinamhavitravatu Om Shri Mahasaraswatyai Namaha Gurureva Gatir Gurumeva Bhaje Gurunaiva Sahasmi Namo Gurave Na Guroh Paramam Sisurasmi Guroh Matirasti Gurau Ma Pahi Guru Om Gnananandamaya Devam Nirmalaspadikakritim Adharam Sarva Vidyanam Ayagrivam Upasmahe श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्य केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः मातृदेवो भव पितृदेवो भव आचार्यदेवो भव अतिथिदेवो भव ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तुः सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम्
శ్రీ గురుభ్యో నమః హరి ఓం. ధన్యవాదమండి రాజలక్ష్మి గారు. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్. నౌ లెట్ us request our Guruji to start the webinar, please.
Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya-kartrubhyo Vansa-rishubhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyaha. Friends, we have studied Vedas, Vedangas, Darshanas, Upanishads, and now we are coming to Bhagawadgita, which is the sum and substance of the vast literature which we have tried to understand in this second level course after having already studied in the first level course. So this vast literature comprising of Vedas, Vedangas, Darshanas or Upangas and Upanishads is so vast, it will run into thousands of books. And in one lifetime, it is not possible to study also all those thousands of books. So this problem was understood very well by Veda Vyasa. So he also wrote the Bhagavad-gita as part of the Mahabharatam to help us to understand the gist of this entire vast literature. It's a very difficult task, but he managed to do it because that's what exactly Krishna did with Arjuna. Krishna carried with him the entire knowledge of all the Vedas, Vedangas, Darshanas, Upanishads. And he just gave essence capsules to Arjuna to enlighten him and to motivate him to fight the war which he wanted to run away from, having planned for it. So the context is the World War, Mahabharata War, which was planned for a long time. And the reason it was planned at the specific location, Kurukshetra. Can anybody tell why it was planned in Kurukshetra and why not somewhere else? This planning was done by Dhritarashtra himself. He had a hope that even though he could not change the mind of his son Duryodhana against the war, Duryodhana wanted to fight a war. Therefore, Pandavas also want to fight a war. So Dhritarashtra thought, if this war is planned to be held at a holy place, very, very holy place, like Kasi or Tirupati, that is Kurukshetra. Those days, Tirupati was not there. Kasi is very far. So what is the holiest place in that whole area? Dharmakshetra. That was Kurukshetra. That was the holiest place. I had been there many times. I hope you have all been there. If you have not been there, please go there. Sharmaji must have gone there many times. So Kurukshetra is the district in Haryana. It is in between the rivers Drishadvati and Saraswati. Saraswati dried up. Drishadvati also is not there, but in the Vedic period they were there in a very big way. We have discussed this already about Saraswati River. So even before Mahabharata war, Saraswati River dried up, but there is one Brahma Sarovar where the creation took place by Brahma. It's as holy as that. There cannot be anything holier than that. And is also the spot many other events happened, important events. So the word Haryana itself means Hari's place. Now, such a holy place, there are a large number of temples. There is one Shaktipet also, and there is one Shiva manifestation, which Sthaneshwar, that is the same thing as Thaneshwar, house of Thaneshwar, Harsha's empire, Harsha's palace, everything is there. Krishna himself worshipped at Harsha's area, that is not, Harsha is much later, but Thaneshwar. I had been there many times. And Krishna visited that Kurukshetra very often whenever there is solar eclipse. And the descriptions go to such an extent that Radha also went there but could not meet Krishna. He just saw him from distance. So such an important place, particularly even today for solar eclipse. There's a huge gathering there. People go and take bath in the Brahma Sarovar, and there's one more Sarovar there. They perform the Pinda Pradhan, the Pitrakaryam and all those things, even today. So such a holy place, Kurukshetra, Dhritarashtra hoped very, very optimistically that if these people go there, like Duryodhana and others, they will change their mind. Because it's a holy place, so it will have its impact. It will have its impact only provided you are pure enough. Duryodhana was not so pure, but Arjuna was. So the moment Arjuna went there, he started feeling, why should I fight this war? So he told, I don't want to fight this. Now Krishna was in a quandary because having planned the war for such a long time, and that's the only way to establish dharma. Now at the last minute, when the war is about to begin, this fellow says, I want to go away. I want to run away. So Krishna had a very difficult task in convincing Arjuna that he has to fight. The main reason he did not want to fight was that the other side were all his relatives, close relatives, and teachers, and so on. So the whole first chapter is on that, Arjuna Vishada Yoga, why he doesn't want to fight a war. But that is not the real purpose of Bhagawadgita. Purpose of Bhagawadgita is spiritual enlightenment, which Krishna gave to Arjuna, but through Arjuna he gave to the whole world. So the whole world, all the three worlds, Trailokya, it is mentioned, he delivered this Bhagavad Gita for the benefit of all the three worlds till today and forever in future. Bhagavad Gita remains the last and final word, the essence of spiritual message, spiritual life, philosophy, religion, whatever words you want to use, Bhagavad Gita remains as the bedrock essence. In Kurukshetra, the specific spot where Bhagavad Gita was delivered is still there. It's a very important tourist spot. It is called Jyotisar. There is one Sarovar there, Jyoti Sarovar. So on the bank of that Jyoti Sarovar, this spot is there, where that whole area was war zone. And there is one tree, they claim that people tree, banyan tree or people tree? Banyan tree. It has been continuing since the Bhagavad Gita delivery time. So that spot where Krishna showed his Vishwarupa to Arjuna is there. I went there many times. I meditated there. You can also go there. You can also meditate there. It will give you extraordinary experience. I had many miraculous developments at that spot. And I also delivered many lectures at Kurukshetra, at the University of Kurukshetra, and also in the public meetings. On Dharma Yoga, also, I started my first lecture at Kurukshetra. Now we will start the Bhagavad Gita. We have already covered in the previous first level certain chapters. We will avoid those chapters and go for other chapters. But before we do all that, I have two things on the agenda. One is to read the Mahatyam, because it is compulsory that you read the Gita Mahatyam. What is the benefit? What is the greatness of Gita before you start chanting or studying Gita? So after that, I will give you the summary points, summary shlokas of the entire Bhagavad Gita, 18 chapters. And my mother was enlightened enough to teach me Bhagavad Gita, the whole Bhagavad Gita by heart by the age of 8. So 18 chapters. So and here I have that book, the original book, which I used since my childhood, the text of Bhagavad Gita, and I'm still using it today. I'm honored to use that today. You can also chant with me. You need not open your mics, but on your own you can chant along with me. These are famous shlokas. Om Shuklam Bharadharam Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Jayet Sarva Vignopashantaye Yasyad Virada Vaktradya Parishadya Parashatam Vignam Nignanti Satatam Vishwaksenam Samashraye Samyajnaya Kalapena Mahata Bharatena Cha Upabrumbhita Vedaya Namo Vyasaya Vishnave Vyasam Vasishtha Naktaram Shakte Pautram Akalmasham Aparasharatmajam Vande Sukatatam Taponidhim Vyasaya Vishnurupaya Vyasarupaya Vishnave Namo Vai Brahmanidhaye Vasisthaya Namo Namaha Munim Snigdham Buddhabhasam Vedavyasamakalmasham Vasam Vyasam Saraswatya Vasam Vyasam Namamyaham Achaturvadano Brahma Dvibahuraparo Harihi Aphalalochana Shambhu Bhagavan Badarayana Krishnam Kamalapatraksham Punyasravana Kirtanam Vasudevam Munim Naumi Narayanam Harim Krishnaya Yadavendraya Jnanamudraya Yogine Nadhaya Rukminishaya Namo Vedanta Vedine Prapanna Parijataya Vetratotraikapanaye Jnanamudraya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha Saradhyamajjunasyadau Purvan Gitamritam Dadau Lokatrayopakaraya Tasmai Krishnatmane Namaha. Sarvopanishado Gavo Dobdha Gopalanandanaha Pardho Vatsaha Sudhir Bhokta Dugdham Gitamritam Mahat Pardhaya Pratipaditam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamrutavarshiniim Bhagavatim Ashtadashaധ്യായിനീം Amba Tvamanusandhadhami Bhagavad-gite Bhavadveshini. Gita Shastramidam Punyam Yap Pathet Prayatah Puman Vishno Padamavapnoti Hayashokadivarjitah Bharatamrita Sarvasvam Vishnor Vaktradvinisrutam Gita Gangodakam Pitva Punarjanmana Vidyate Gita Sugita Kartavya Kimanyai Shastra Vistarai Yaswayam Padmanabhasya Mukha Padmad Vinisrutaha Gita Shirasya Pranayama Parasya Cha Naiva Santi Papani Purvajanma Kritanyapi Akritchamapi Kurvano Punjano Vayatastataha Ghoram Vaivasvatasthanam Gita Napashyati Mala Nirmochanam Pumsam Jalasnanam Dine Dine Sakrut Gitam Bhasisnanam Samsara Malamochanam Slokam Ekam Tadardham Va Padam Padardhameva Va Nityam Padhati Yo Bhaktya Samoksham Sarvashastramayi Gita Sarvavedamayo Harihi Sarvatirthamai Ganga Sarvamadharmamano Mayo Manuhu Ekosha Ekam Shastram Devaki Putra Gita Eko Devo Devaki Putra Eva Eko Mantro Devaki Putra Nama Karmapyekam Devaki Putra Seva. I will explain the meaning of these, some of these slokas. We started first with the prayer to the starting Shuklambaradharam, the standard beginning sloka. Then we went to meditate upon, pray to Lord Vyasa Maharshi. So who is the great grandson of Vasishtha, son of Parashara, father of Shuka. All the people in the lineage are extraordinary beings. And he is an avatar of Vishnu. He is Vishnu himself. And he is a Muni. He is like a flower. And he is the residence of the entire knowledge. Saraswatyavasam Vyasam Nav. And he is as great as Shiva, Vishnu, and Brahma without having those specific forms. Like he has only one head, but he is Brahma. He has only two hands, but he is Vishnu. He has only two eyes, but he is Shiva. So he is Trimurtis combined together. That is about Vyasa. Then we meditate upon Krishna himself. Krishna is Narayana, and he is in a Jnana Mudra teaching Krishna, Arjuna in the battlefield. And what is he teaching? He is teaching the summary. He is the milkman who is milking out the milk of 108 Upanishads, all the Upanishads, Sarvo Upanishads. Of course, now we have 108. Previously, there's some 1138 something Upanishads. So he is culling out the summary of the entire Vedas and Upanishads. And he gave it to Partha. Parthaya Pradipadam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam. Narayana himself gave. Vyasena Grathitam. Vyasa recorded it with Chanda Slokas. Madhye Mahabharata, in the middle of Mahabharata. And it is Advaitamrita Varshini. It is a rain, flooding rain of the knowledge of Advaita. Ashtadashadhyayini, 18 chapters. Oh Mother, Mother Gita, we pray to Gita, Mother herself. And this Gita is so great. Gita Shastramidam Punyam ya Pathet Prayatah Puman. Whosoever reads this, Vishnu Padamavapnoti, he will reach Vishnu Pada. Bhaya Shokadi Varjitaha, he will conquer Bhaya and Shoka. Bharatamruta Sarvasvam Vishnor Vaktradvinisrutam. From the mouth of Vishnu himself, because Krishna is an avatar, Purna avatar, Shodashakala avatar of Vishnu himself. Bharatamruta Sarvasvam Vishnor Vaktradvinisrutam. Gita Gangodakam Pitva Punarjanmanal Vichyate. What we are trying to achieve, what everybody tries to achieve, the moksha, not to be born again, that is possible if you drink the Ganga of Gita. Gita Sugita Kartavya Kim Anyai Shastra Vistaraihi. What is the need for studying so many Shastras? Even if you want to study, you cannot study. There are so many. Bharadwaja took something like 1,000 years or more life to study. But even then he could not study. That is why Gita, Sugita, Kartavya, Kimanyai, Shastra Vistaraya, Swayam Padmanabhasya Mukha Padmadvinisrutaha. Why Gita got that kind of high status? Because it is delivered right from the lotus mouth, lips of Krishna himself. Yeah, Padmanabha, Vishnu, Narayana himself. It is not an ordinary thing. If you hear Gita from me, it will be different. If you hear Gita from somebody else, it will be different. That way, hearing the Gita from its source, original source, Narayana himself, is an extraordinary thing. That is why it has so much power. It is greater than all other Shastras. Gita Adhyayana Shilasya. Therefore, whosoever has the habit, a character of studying Gita always, Gita Adhyayana Shilasya, Pranayama Parasyacha, who is also having a habit of practicing pranayama. That is our yoga. That's why we are teaching yoga also. These two things, Gita and yoga, pranayama. Whosoever practices these two things, Gita Adhyayana Shilasya, Pranayama Parasyacha, Naiva Santihi Papani, all his sins will be washed away. Even the sins of the previous lives, Purva Janma Kritanyapi, Akrityamapi Kurvano Bhunjanamo Etastadaha, Ghoram Vaivasvatasthanam Gita Adhyayi Napashyati. Even if he has performed tremendous sins, like murders, rapes, and so on, many such things, telling lies, cheating, all sins, in this life or in the previous lives, they will be washed away. If he has these two habits of continuously studying Gita, Gita Adhyayana Shilasya, Pranayama Parasyacha, such a person, Ghoram Vaivasvatasthanam Gita Adhyayi Napashyati. Yamalok, Vaivasvata is Yama. Yamalok nahi jayega. He will not go to Yamalok if he is Gita Adhyayi. He is continuously established in Gita and he is also doing pranayama. Bala nirmojanam pumsam jalasnanam dine dine. Every day we have taken bath today. That is for removing the filth. on the physical body. What about the filth in the other bodies? Mental body, intellectual body, samsara mala. For the human beings, jalasnanam dine dine, malamir. But Sakrut Gitam bhasi snanam, samsara malamochanam. But if you take a dip into the Gita, you will be purified of the entire filth of this samsara, not just physical on the body, in the top of the body, but deep inside into your soul. For many lives you are accumulating, all the sins will be washed away. Slokam ekam, one sloka, or its meaning, or tadardhameva, padam padardhameva, or 1/4 of a sloka, padam, or its meaning, nityam patatiyo bhaktya, he who studies it with devotion, with commitment, dedication, bhakti, he will achieve moksha. Sa moksham adhigach. Slokam ekam tadartham va, padam padardhameva va. Nityam, that means regularly, continuously. Patati yo bhaktya, sa moksham adhigachati. Sarva shastramayi Gita, sarva vedamayo harihi, sarva tidhamayi Ganga, sarva dharmamayo manuho. Eko shansro devaki putra Gita. Eko shastra devaki putra Gita. Only one shastra, and that is the Gita, the song of Devaki Putra, Bhagavan. That is why it is known as Bhagavad-gita. Eko mantro Devaki Putra nama. Eko karmapyekam Devaki Putra seva. Karakamala nidarshidatma mudraha. Karakalitonnata barhibarha chudaha. Itarakaragrahita vetratotro ma hridi sannidhi matanota Krishna. He is standing with the whip in one hand. Vetratotra. Vetra is that whip of the horse. Karakamala nidarshita atma mudraha. He is showing like this. In one hand, in other hand, he is holding the whip. Aitarakaragruhita vetratotro. Mama hrudi sannidhi matanotu Krishna. May he reside in my heart. अपने हृदय में श्री कृष्ण भगवान को स्थापना कीजिए, स्थापित कीजिए. They form the image of Arjuna sitting on the ground and Krishna standing with one hand in a Upadesha Mudra and other with whip. That is the image which should be established in your heart. Karakamala nidarshita atma mudraha. Karakalitonnata barhi barha chudaha. Itarakara vetratotro. Mama hrudi sannidhi matanotu Krishna. Atamrapani kamala pranaya pradolam. Aloluharamani kundala hema sutram. Avisramam muganamam budanīlamangam. Avyadadyam dhananjaya radhavharanam aho. Agre kritva kamapi charanam janunaikena tishtan. Arjuna is sitting with one knee on the ground. Agre kritva kamapi charanam janunaikena tishtan. Paschat pardham pranayara sajusha chakshusha vikshamana. He is looking at Arjuna with great amount of affection in his eyes expressed. Savyetotram sarasije dakshine jnana mudram. He is showing one hand with abhaya and other with whip. Altrano radhamadhivasan patu. May that Krishna save me on the chariot. Radhamadhivasan, there are two scenarios. One is on the ground, other is on the chariot. Vande Krishna Arjuno Viro. Even at the Bhagavad Gita delivery spot, this image is in marble statue. Sharmaji might have seen there. So there is a marble statue of Krishna Arjuna on the chariot. Vande Krishna Arjuna Veerau Nara Nara. Who are these Krishna and Arjuna? They are Nara and Narayana. They are two rishis who were born as Krishna and Arjuna. Dhritarashtra Sutonmatta Gajarohana Vallabhau. Vachaka Pranavo Yasya Kridavastvakhilam Jagat Srutirajna Vapujnanam Tam Vande Devaki Sutam. This Devaki son. Who is he? His name is Pranava Om. Ishvara himself, Brahma himself. Kridavastu Akhilam Jagat. This whole Jagat is his Krida. उनका खेल है, भगवान का खेल है ये जगत पूरा. श्रुति राज्ञा, वो जो कुछ भी बोलते हैं अपने मुंह से वो श्रुति है, वेद है. वपुर ज्ञानम, हिज बॉडी इज नथिंग बट ज्ञान. तम वंदे देवकी सुतम. पाराशर्य वच सरोजममलम गीतार्धकंगोत्कटम नानाध्यानककेसरं हरिकथा सद्भावना बोधितुं लोके सज्जन षट्पदैरहरः पीयमानं सदा भूयाद् भारत पंकजं कलिमल प्रध्वंसिनं श्रेयसे. मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं. He can make a dumb man a great orator. यत् कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्. यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्र रुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुः सुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः. So we meditate upon that divine being who is praised continuously by Brahma, Indra, Varuna, Rudra. Yam Brahma, Varunendra, Rudra, Marutastunvanti Divyaistavaihi. And the Vedas are praising him. Vedai. They are chanting the Vedas. Sangapadakramopanishadaihi. Vedas contain Vedangas, Sa Anga Pada Krama. Padas are words, Krama is sequence. Sangai Padakrama Vedai Sangapadakrama Upanishadaihi. Through Upanishads as well. Gayantiyam Samaga. Saman, the musical hymns of the Samaveda are being sung. They are being sung. Dhyanavasthita tadgatena manasa pashyanti yam yogino. He who is being praised by all the devas, Shiva, Brahma, Indra, Varuna, everyone, and who is praised through the Veda mantras and Upanishads, and the same he is being realized in the deep meditation, Dhyanavasthita Manasa Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yogino. Whatever those people are doing, the yogis are doing, meditating on him, they are continuously seeing him. So through yoga, you can meditate on the Lord and continuously experience his presence. The same thing is done in the Vedas, chanting, and in the Upanishads, explanations. And the Devas, including Shiva, Brahma, all are chanting his name. So somebody asked, what is that Shiva is meditating upon? Shiva is meditating upon Vishnu. So this great Bhagawadgita, in fact, there are many more Gita Mahatmya shlokas in Gita Press publications, where it is said that wherever Gita is chanted, in that place, all the devas will come. Like, yatra yatra raghunatha kirtanam, tatra tatra krutamastakāñjalim, bāshpavari paripurnalochanam marutim namata rakshasantakam. Wherever Rama's name is chanted, wherever Ramayana is kept or studied, Hanuman comes there and he will weep with his tears, Ananda Bashpas. In the same way, wherever Gita is chanted, wherever Gita is kept, that place becomes holy. It will be equivalent to Kashi and Prayag, and all the Devtas will converge there, assemble there. This is what is mentioned in other Gita Mahatmya shlokas, which are there. Many more shlokas are there on the Gita Mahatyam. In the other books of, there are hundreds of books of Gita. There are not less than 300 commentaries, let alone normal books. In Gita Plus itself, there will be some 100 varieties of Gita. Now, the Gita is very famous. You all studied previously also. I'm sure you must have studied many times. You might have given lectures also. So, I am going to cover the detailed, more in-depth, advanced level in this level 2 course. And I'm going to follow this book. This is Gita commentary by Kalyanananda Saraswati, who is a Shankaracharya. His Peetham is at Guntur. And he is a very great man. He wrote, this is his photograph. Kalyanananda Saraswati is one of the Shankaracharya's, Shankaramats, and based in Guntur, and he wrote this Srimad Bhagawadgita Bhashyam commentary in his own unique way. And I tried to translate to English, but I stopped in between. It's a very big book. So we'll at least peep into some of the topics which are covered here in interpreting Gita. There are more than 300 commentaries giving different interpretations to the same Bhagavad Gita. There is no other book which has so many commentaries. And there is no other book which is so widely respected throughout the globe by people belonging to all countries and all religions. So these entire 18 chapters are being summarized here with just 47 slokas, which are the summary. I'll just read out those bullet points of the entire 18 chapters. So the first is Dehinosmin yadha dehe kaumaram yavvanam jara tadha dehantara praptihi. So when Arjuna was weeping, Krishna told him, no, death is as natural as birth, growth, youth and old age. Na sato vidyate bhavo, na bhavo vidyate sataha. If something is appearing for some time and disappearing for some other time, then it is not real. So the real will always exist. Avinashitu tadvidhi yena sarvamidam tatam. And realize that with which this whole universe is made is indestructible. Veda avinashinam nityam evam ajamavyam kadham sapurusha partha kanghatayati hantikam. So if you realize that indestructible stuff with which the whole universe is made, then why will you weep for what? Avyaktadini bhutani vyaktamadhyani bharata avyakta nidhananyeva tatra ka paridevana. And apart from that, all these bhutas means things, including the body. It is not there at the beginning. Suddenly it comes into existence. Then it lives for some time and then it disappears. So why are you worried about temporary things? Esha te vihita sankhya buddhir yoge tvimam sruno. Till now this is Sankhya, but listen to yoga. So all these are from second chapter. Traigunya Vishaya Veda, Nistraigunya Bhavajna, Nirdvando, Nityasatvastho, Niryoga Atmavan. So all the Vedas are referring to only within the three gunas. You go beyond the three gunas. Vihaya Kamanya Sarvan Pumams Charati Nispraha Nirmamo Nirahankara Sashanti Madhigachati. Who will achieve peace? Shanti kisko milta hai? Vihaya Kamanya Sarvan. He who has given up all desires. Charati Nispraha. And goes around without any obsessions or desires. Nirmamo Nirahankara. No Ahankara and no Mamakara. He alone will achieve peace. The lokesmin vividha nishtha pura prokta maya nagha jnana yogena sankhyanam karma yogena yoginam. There are two methods, jnana yoga and karma yoga. Sahayajna praja srishtva puro vacha prajapatihi anena prasavidvameshavos krishtakamadhuk. So when Brahma created this universe, he created both devas and humans, and he asked them to live in balance of symbiosis, of supporting each other. Parasparam bhavayantaha. Na buddhi vedam janayed jnanam karma sanginam. Joshayet sarva karmani vidwan yukta samacharan. You should not create confusion in the minds of people who are attached to karma sanginam. You should equanimously perform all actions yourself. You are a Vidwan. If you are a Vidwan, you should perform equanimously without stopping all karma to avoid creating confusion among the ordinary people who perform karma. Sreyan nab swadharmo vigunaha paradharmat swanushthitat swadharme nidhanam sreyaha paradharmo bhayavaha. It is better to die while performing your own duty rather than trying to perform somebody else's duty. Saevayam maya tejya prokta puratanaha. So in the fourth chapter, imam vivasvate yogam proktavaniham jam avyayam vivasvan manave prahu manurikshvakave pravit evam parampara praptam idam rajarshayo vidhu saevayam mayate adya yoga prokta puratanaha. This yoga which I am teaching you now is very ancient, right from the beginning of creation when I taught to Surya and he taught to Ikshvaku and so on, and all the Rajarshis followed. I am teaching you the same thing. In this time, Ajopi san navyayatma, Bhutanam Ishvaropi san, even though I am unborn, even though I am the Ishvara of all beings, Prakritim Swamadhishtaya, even though I am the master of nature, Sambhavami Atma Maya, I create myself with my own Maya. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanit bhavati bharata abhyudhanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham. I create myself whenever dharma is receding and adharma is rising. So I create myself for what purpose? To destroy adharma and uphold dharma. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanit bhavati bharata abhyudhanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanardhaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Whenever there is a necessity to take an avatar form, to be born as an avatar, to uphold dharma, to destroy adharma. That is the purpose of law and order. What is law and order? What is the job of police? What is the job of border security? Or what is the job of military? Or what is the job of the government itself? It is only this. Dharma samsthapana, to uphold dharma, to destroy adharma. Dharma ka vijay ho, adharma ka nash ho. Chaturvarnyam maya srishtham guna karma vibhagashah tasya kartaram apimam vidya kartaram avyayam. The four varnas are created by me according to the guna and karma. I am the creator and also the non-doer, because I am indestructible. Karmanya karmaya pashyed akarmani cha karmayah sabuddhiman manusyeshu sayukta kritsna karma krit. He who can see non-karma in performing karma and performing karma in non-performing karma, he is intelligent man. He is knowledgeable. Karmanya karma pashyed akarmani cha karmayah sabuddhiman manusyeshu sayukta kritsna karma krit. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. So jnana, which is the supreme knowledge, the supreme instrument of achieving liberation, moksha, may be acquired by the seva to jnanis. You approach a guru, jnani, and acquire that knowledge from that guru by tadvidhi pranipatena, उसका साष्टांग नमस्कार करके, उसका सेवा करके गुरु का ज्ञान प्राप्त करने का. नहि ज्ञानेन सदृशं पवित्रमिह विद्यते तत्स्वयं योग संसिद्धः कालेनात्मनि विन्दति. And there is nothing more holier or purer than jnana, and that jnana, the yoga samsiddha, in yoga process, he who has reached total siddhi will realize within himself. Initially, he has to acquire it from guru. Ajnanenavritam jnanam tena muhyanti jantavaha. So, jnana is inside the self, but it is covered with ajnana. So, the purpose of all this yoga, tapas and karma is to remove that layer of ajnana. Jnanena tu tad ajnanam yesham nashitunatmanah tesham aditya vajnanam prakashayati tatparam. In whosoever that ajnana is removed, washed away, jnana will shine like sun. Now, coming to the yoga, yuktahara viharasya yukta cheshtasya karmasu yukta swapnava bodhasya yogo bhavati dukkhaha. Yoga will be achieved successfully only by a person who has disciplined and balanced lifestyle, balanced food, balanced sleep, balanced exercise, balanced activities. Bhumiraponalo vayukham mano buddhirev cha ahankara itiyam me bhinna prakriti rashtadha. My prakriti is made up of 8 apara prakriti. Bhumi, apa, anala, vayu, kham, mano, buddhi, ahankara. Apareyamita swanyam prakritim vidhi me param. There is one more para prakriti. Jiva bhutam mahavaho ya edam dharyate jagat, which is the owner or the manager of the Jiva Bhuta for birth and death. Etadyonini bhutani sarvani ityupadharaya aham krishnasya jagatah prabhava pralayastadha. All the activities in the universe are made by me, the birth and death. Jagatah prabhavaha pralayastadha. All the bhutas, all the beings, etad yonini bhutani sarvani ityupadharaya aham krishnasya jagatah prabhava pralayastadha. I am the creator and destroyer and sustainer of this universe, and I create all the beings, birth, sustenance, and death. Maya tatamidam jagat sarvam jagat avyaktamurtina matsthani sarvabhutani naham teshvavasthitaha. Made by me, the whole universe is manifest. All are inside me. I am not inside them. This is a very important distinction. We are all inside God. Nacha matsthani bhutani pasya me yogam aishwaram bhuta bhrinnacha bhutastho mamatma bhuta bhavana avajananti mam mudha manushaim tanumasritam param bhavam ajananto mama bhuta maheshwaram. Mudhas, fools, don't know. They think I am a human being. Avajananti mam mudha manushim tanumashritam param bhavam ajananto. They don't realize that I am the supreme being. Mama bhuta maheshwaram. Ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate. Tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. Now he's giving an assurance. Those who are continuously non-stop connected to me, always thinking on me, always meditating on me, ananyas without any other distraction, ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate. Tesham nityabhiyuktanam, continuously, permanently connected, nitya abhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. I shall take care of them, their well-being. Matkaram Vishtabhyahamidam Krishnam Ekamshena Sthito Jagat. This universe is held by me. Matkarma Krut, therefore perform all actions for me. Matkarma Krut Matparamo Madbhaktaha Sangavarjitaha Nirvairas Sarva Bhuteshu. Don't hate anyone, anything, and he will reach me. Who performs all actions for me, dedicated to me, my devotee, detached from the world. Idam shariram kaunteya kshetramityabhidhiyate. Etadyo vettitam prahu kshetrajna iti tadvidaha. O Kaunteya, this body is called kshetra, the field. And he who knows this, that means the knower, thinker, feeler, observer, sakshi, chaitanya, that is kshetrajna. So kshetrajnam chapi mam vidhi sarvakshetreshu bharata. Realize myself to be the kshetrajna, the self, in all kshetras, in all bodies. Kshetra kshetrajnayor jnanam yatta jnanam matam mama. The knowledge of kshetra and kshetrajna is real knowledge. Anadimat param brahmadattanna saduchyate. Sarvata panipadam tat sarvatokshi shiromukham. The nature of the Supreme Being is it has heads everywhere, hands everywhere, legs everywhere. That means all beings are his manifestations. Sarvata srutimalloke sarvamavritya tishtati. Yavat sanjayate kinchit sattvam sthavara jangamam kshetra kshetrajna samyoga tadvidhi bharatarshava. Samam sarveshu bhuteshu tishtantam parameshwaram vinasyatsya vinasyantam yah pashyati sapashyati. Only he who realizes one supreme being spread in everyone, in everything in the universe, he alone is able to see. Others are blind. Aham Vaishvanaro bhutva praninam dehamashritah pranapana samayukta pachamyannam chaturvidham. I become Agni Vaishvanara and perform the digestion and ingestion of the food in 4 types inside this body. Dvau bhuta sargau lokasmin daiva asura evacha. There are 2 categories of people and things in this world. One is divine, daiva, and other is asura or rakshasa. Trividham narakasyedam dvaram nasanamatmanah kama krodhastadha lobha tasmad etat tyajet. There are 3 doors to hell. What are those 3 doors? Kama, Krodha, Lobha. I am sure you must have realized in your life, these are 3 doors into hell. Therefore, you please give up those 3 and close those doors. Tasmat Shastram Pramanante Karya Karyo Vyavasthito. Tasmat Shastra Vidhanoktum Karma Kartumiharhasi. If you don't know, obviously we don't know what should be done and what should not be done. So the Shastra is the guide. It's a lighthouse giving the guidance on what should be performed, what should not be performed. And which Shastra? Dharma Shastra. The word Shastra becomes Chattam in Telugu, which is law. So Dharma Shastra or constitution or law, book of law is telling you what you should do and what you should not do. And all the Shastras are summarized in the Bhagawadgita. Eko Shastro Devaki Putra Gita. Adhishtanam tadha karta karanam cha pruthak vidham vividhascha pruthak cheshtha daivam chaivatra panchamam. There are 5 factors, stakeholders in any activity which we perform, any plan, any execution, any activity, any project. 5. What are those 5? Adhishtanam, supervisor. Tadha, karta, the actor. Karanam, the instruments. The pruthak vidham, different types of instruments. Vividhascha prathak cheshtha, many different types of actions. That is execution, procedures, processes. And finally, Daivam, luck or divine power. Panchamam, these are the 5 factors in all what we do. Whether it is physical or mental or spiritual, all activities. Sharira vang manobhidyat karma prarabhate naraha nyayam va viparitam va panchete tasya hetavaha. These 5 are the controlling factors or stakeholder factors, stakeholder agencies for any activity, sharira, vag, mana, by in body or in speech or in mind. Sharira, vag, manobhir, yat karma, prarabhate, naraha, whatever human activity in the 3 levels, physical, verbal and mental. Nyayam va, viparitam va, whether it is fair or unfair, it will be controlled by these factors, these 5. What are those 5? Adhishtanam, the manager, management, supervisor. Tadha, karta, the doer, the actual actor. Karanam, jaiva, prodhak, different types of instruments he has, different types of resources he has to execute his actions. Vividhascha prathak cheshta, and what actions we will take, what processes he will execute. And finally, Daivam, Ishwar. Jnanam jneyam parijnata trividha karma chodana karanam karma karteti trividha karma sangraha. Karma chodana, the actions are driven by jnanam jneyam parijnata, the knower, the known and the knowledge, knowing process and knowledge, and instrument and karta and the action. Trividha karmas, these 3 are the karma sangrahas. Those 3 are the karma chodanas. The driving forces are jnana, jneya, jnata. And karana, karma, karta. Karta, karma, karana. You know, that is a standard thing. Karta, karma and kriya or karana, instruments. These are the karma sangraha, the action points. So management is also extensively dealt with in the 18th chapter. Brahmana kshatriya visham sudram cha parantapa karmani pravibhaktani svabhava prabhavair gunai. Brahmana, kshatriya, vaisya and shudra karmas also are divided, classified according to their gunas and their karmas and their attitudes and aptitudes. Ishvara sarva bhutanam hridde se pardha tishtati Ramayan sarva bhutani yantra rudhani mayaya. Ishwara is in the heart of all beings. He is driving all beings like machines, robots. Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. Become my devotee. Meditate on me. Perform yajna for me. That is puja for me. Perform namaskar for me. Mame vaishyasi. You will reach me. Satyam te pratijane. Priyosi me. I am telling you the truth because you are my best friend. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam saranam vaja aham tva sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma shucha. Give up all responsibilities, all dharmas, meaning not give up permanently. Give a higher priority to this than those. They are also going to be there. We cannot stop them. But higher priority should be this. What is that? Mam ekam sharanam raja. You take sharan. Mujh mein sharan le lo. Sarvadharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam raja. Aham tva sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami. यदि मुझ में शरण लोगे तो मैं मोक्ष दे दूंगा तुमको. सर्व पापोभ्यो, सारे पापों से मोक्ष दे दूंगा. महाशुचः. This is the last chapter, last declaration. So we have covered 47 bullet points in the entire world. It's a vast 18 chapters. So these are the summary bullet points. And there's a lot of analysis on a lot of things, this thick book. And this is Shankaracharya's commentary, it's the translation and explanations. And what Shankaracharya says as the beginning or the introduction of Gita, right in the beginning, in his own words, it is better to read. I will just read out what Shankaracharya himself says to Adi Shankaracharya. I'm sure you all must have read a lot of books and you might have given lectures on Gita. But this is a deep analysis because this is advanced course. We have already covered many chapters. So it will be music to ears to listen to Adi Shankaracharya himself. This is the Shankaracharya, Shankaram Shankaracharyam, Keshavam Badrayanam Sutra Bhashyakritau Vande, Bhagavantau Punah Punah, Sruti Smriti Purananam Alayam, Karunalayam, Namami Bhagavatpada Shankaram, Loka Shankaram. Narayana Paro Vyakta Dandam Vyakta Sambhavam, Andasyam Tastime Loka Saptadvipacha Medini. He's talking to the entire creation of the universe by Narayana. Sa Bhagavan Sruštva Idam Jagat Tasya Sthiti Chikurshur Marichya in Agre Sruštva Prajapatin Pravritti Lakshana Dharman Grahayamana Vedoktam. Narayana, having created the universe, and Marichya Adi Agre Sruštva, he created the powers called Marichi and others, the great rishis, devarshis, and Prajapatis, who create in turn the living beings. And he appointed them on Pravritti Lakshana Dharma, which is delivered in the Veda. Tato Anyanscha Sanaka Sanandanadi Utpadya Nivritti Lakshanam, and through Brahma, the Brahmasaputra, Sanaka Sanandana, Sanat Kumara, Sanat Sujata, they were given the Nivritti Lakshana Dharma. Jnana Vairagya Lakshanam. It contains Dharma, Jnana, Vairagya as the components. Grahayamasa Dvividho hi Vedokto hi Dharmaha. Because Vedokta Dharma, the Dharma delivered in the Veda, is of two categories, Pravritti Lakshana and Nivritti Lakshana. He enjoined, ordained, and appointed the Prajapatis and Marichis and others for Pravritti Lakshana to create beings in the universe. And he appointed Sanaka Sanandana, the people, as Nivritti Lakshana. They are only meant for moksha. They are not going to do anything. They are in Vairagya. They are not going to marry. They are not going to procreate children. Dharmajnana Vairagya Lakshanam Grahayamasa Dvividho hi Vedokto Dharmaha Pravritti Lakshano Nivritti Lakshanaha Jagataha Sthiti Karanam Praninam Sakshad Abhyaya Nisresa Hetu Yasa Dharmo Brahm. Dharma, as Kannada defined as Yato Abhyudaya Nisresa Siddhihi Sadharmaha. That is Dharma which will result in both Abhyudaya Nisresa and Jagataha Sthiti Karanam. That which is responsible for sustainability of this universe. Dharma is a set of principles of sustainability. Praninam sakshat abhyaya nishreyasa hetuhu. Dharma is also the cause of progress and well-being of all living beings. So he has caused the sustainability principles. That means on those principles the universe sustains. What are those principles? The laws of gravitation, the laws of science, all the laws which hold, all the electrostatic forces, nuclear forces, astrophysical level, relativistic thermodynamics, relativistic quantum mechanics, all these come under Prani Jagataha Sthiti Karanam. And second category is Praninam Sakshad Abhyudaya Nisresa Hetuhu. That is Dharma Sadharmaha Brahmanadjaihi Varnibhihi Ashramabhischa Shreyodhi Anushtiyamana. That Dharma, which is of two types, Pravritti Lakshana and Nivritti Lakshana, and which is also this set of principles of sustainability of this universe on one side, and for the progress and well-being of the living beings on the other side. That Dharma is Brahmanajayir Varnibhi Ashramibhischa Shreyordhibhi Anushtiyamanaha. It is required to be practiced, upheld, and implemented by the Chaturvarnyas, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudras, and also four ashramas, Brahmacharya, Gahaspatya, Vanaprastha, and Sannyasa. Varnashrama Dharma is meant for Shreyordhibhihi, for the well-being, benefit of all these four ashramas in the four Varnas. Anushtiyamanaha is being implemented, practiced. Dirghena kalena anushtrunam kamodbhava dhiyamana viveka vijnana hetukena dharmena vimuyamane dharme pravardhamane cha dharme jagatasthitim paripalayishu sa adikatta narayanaha akhya narayanakhya. To sustain that dharma, to suppress adharma and to uphold dharma, Narayanaha Vishnuhu Bhaumasya Brahmano Brahmanatvasya Rakshanardham, to protect the Veda and the Vedic knowledge and the Brahmanatva. Like Hindutva, there is Brahmanatva. So to protect and uphold the Brahmanatva, that means the class of people who uphold Dharma through studying, teaching Veda, those people, Rakshanardham, and to the protection, for the purpose of protection of Dharma, Devakyam Vasudevam Damshena is born into Devaki and Vasudeva in the name of Krishna. Krishna Kila Sambhabhuva Brahmanatvasya hi Rakshanena Rakshitahasya Vaidiko Dharmaha. See, this is such a profound statement. By the protection of the Brahmanatva, the Dharma is protected. Dharmastadhinatvad Varnasrama Bhedanam. And then within Dharma, the Varnasrama Bheda, the four Ashramas and four Varnas, they continue to be protected. Such a Bhagavan, and what is his characteristic? Jnana Aishwarya Shakti Balavirya Tejo Bhisada Sampannaha. He is full of Jnana, Aishwarya, Shakti, Bala, Virya, Tejobhihi, Sada Sampannaha, Trigunatmikam, Vaishnavim, Swam Mayam, Prakritim, Vashikritya. He himself manifested his own Maya, Prakriti, Vaishnavi, having controlled it. Avyayo Bhutanam Ishvaro he being the Lord of all things in this universe, Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Swabhavo api san, even though he is always Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Swabhava api san, Swamayaya, due to his own Maya, Dehavan Iva, as if with a body, he was born as Krishna to Devaki and Vasudeva. Ivacha, for what purpose? Lokan anugrahan kurvan, because he was compassionate and he wanted to help the loka. Loka anugrahan kurvan lakshate swaprayojana bhave. He has no self-interest. Api bhutan jikrishnaya vaidikam dharma dvayam arjunaya. So that Krishna, for Arjuna, this Vaidika dharma, he was delivered. This Arjuna was in Shoka Moha Mahadadhau Nimagnaya. Paridesha, Upadidesha. He has instructed that Arjuna who was submerged in a state of depression, of sorrow. Gunadhikaihi, guna hi grihito anushthiyamanaha sa dharmaha prachayam gamishyatiti tam dharmam bhagavata yadhopadishtam. Whatever dharma was delivered by Lord Krishna through Arjuna to this world, Veda Sarvajno Bhagavan, he is Sarvajnaha, he is Bhagavan, Gita Khehi, Saptabhi, Shloka Shatai, 707. Upanibabandha, he has put into the frame of Bhagavad-gita. Whatever was taught by Krishna to Arjuna in that condition. Tadidam Gita Shastram, this Gita Shastram, Samasta Vedardhasara Sangraha Bhutam. It is in the nature of the essence of all the Vedas and their meanings. Tad Vijnayardham, for understanding that, Tad Ardha Vishkaranaya Anekaidhi Vivrita Padapadadhavakyardha. So, in order to expose the meaning of this Bhagavad Gita, different Padapadadhava Kyanardhanyaya Nyayamavachinta Viruddha. Lot of people have given all kinds of interpretations. Even before Shankaracharya is talking about himself. Padapadadhavakyardhanyayam api atyanta viruddhane kadhatvene laukikair druhyamanaha upalabhyamaham. Perverted interpretations are being given. Can you believe this? Before Shankaracharya himself. That is before 500 BC. Aham, myself, vivekataha ardhanidharanardham, for the purpose of discriminatory analysis of for grasping the real meaning of the words of Gita, Sankshepano Vivaranam Karishyami. I am going to explain very briefly the explanations only, Vivaranam. Tasya Anya Gita Shastrasya Sankshepata Prayojanam. What is the Prayojana? What is the purpose, objective of this Gita Shastra? Param Nishreyasam, the highest moksha. Sahetukasya samsarasyanto paramalakshanam. The end of this samsara, the life which we are going through, the karma. Tacha sarva karma sannyasa purvaka atmadhyana nishtharupa dharmat bhavati. And that is possible through being established in dharma, which is atmadhyana nishtharupa sarva karma sannyasa purvaka, with the renunciation of all actions mentally and being established in atmadhyana. That is possible. That moksha is possible. Tadha imameva gitardham dharma muddisya bhagavateve noktam nahi dharma suparyapto brahmana padavedadi itya anugita. So, elsewhere in Mahabharata, in Anugita, he has mentioned, Lord Krishna himself mentioned, Dharma Muddisya Bhagavan, I told you, Arjuna, for the purpose of Dharma. In the Mahabharata war, he says, elsewhere in Mahabharata later, Sahi Dharmasya Uparyapto Brahmana Padavedase, Itya Anugita Mahabharata locations, reference given, tatra chaivoktam, naiva dharmi nacha dharmi nachaivahi, shubha shubhi, yes, syade karane linas tushtim kinchit chintayan. Jnanam samsara is giving these quotations not from Bhagavad-gita, but from other locations in Mahabharata where Krishna referred to Bhagavad-gita. Iha vichamte uktam arjunaya sarvadharman parityajya mamekam saranam vraja. This statement he told in the last Abhyudayardho apiha yaha pravritti lakshano dharmo varnasramanam chodishya vihitaha sadevadisthana prapti heturapi san. So even for progress, abhyudayartho api yaha pravritti lakshano dharmaha, for progress in the society, in the world, in economy, in various dimensions of the world, this dharma, varnasrama dharma, aimed at vihitaha, what is to be practiced by all, sadevadisthana prapti heturapi san. Even if you want to reach divine levels after death, Shuddha Sattvasya cha, if you want to reach the Shuddha Sattva stage of Narayana, Jnana Nishtha Yogyata cha Prapti Dwarena, Jnanotpatti Hetutvena cha Nishreyasa Hetutvam Pratipadyate. So through the acquisition of jnana and to therefore achieve moksha, tadha chemam imevardham abhisandhaya vakshati brahmanyadhaya karmani. For achieving that, he said things like brahmanyadhaya karmani, sangam tyaktva karoti ha, etc. Yogina karma kurvanti, sangam tyaktva atma shuddhaye. So in that state of enlightenment, yogis perform all actions with jnana and without attachment. For what purpose? For purification. Their own purification and purification of society. Imam dviprakaram dharma nishreyasa prayojanam paramartha tattvancha. So this two-pronged dharma, which is ultimate objective, is nishreyasa. Because even for pravritti lakshana dharma, the abhyudaya and nishreyasa both are the prayojanams. So Paramartha Tattvam Prayojanam, the Tattvajnana, Paramartha Tattvajnana is the Prayojanam. So Vasudevakhyam Parabrahma Videya Bhutam Viseshato. So it is given by Vasudeva, who is Parabrahma himself. Abhivyanjayad Vishishta Prayojana Jala Sambandha Videyavat Gita Shastram. He has given this Gita Shastram. Yat Yataha Tadardhe Vijnate, by understanding which Samasta Purushartha Siddhi, all achievement. What are the Purusharthas? 4 Purusharthas. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Entire human life is only on these 4. Dharma, we have discussed till now. Artha means to achieve Kama, desires fulfillment, both needs and desires. Needs and greed is a problem, but needs, desires achievement is to Artha, Kama, taking and finally moksha, which will result in freedom. Moksha means freedom. Freedom not only after death, but even while you are alive. Yes, tadardhe vijnate, by understanding the meaning of Gita, samasta purushartha siddhihi, dharmartha kama moksha purusharthas will be achieved. Tad vivarane yatna kriyate maya. I shall attempt an explanation. So this is all for today's introduction. So we will go into the advanced things, chapters tomorrow onwards or day after tomorrow. So we'll close here and invite questions. So Steve.
Please raise your hand to ask questions. Varaprasad garu.
Hello, am I audible, sir? Namaskaram, sir. The concept of Lord Mahadeva, Paramashiva, closing his eyes and doing meditation, then what he is meditating? You said he is meditating Rama.
Rama, Vishnu, I told Vishnu, Narayana, Rama, all are one. Paramatma. Yeah.
But Ramayana before Mahabharata, Ramayana before Kalpas.
No, I never said Rama. Please recall. If you can check in the recording, I said Vishnu.
Oh,
Yeah,
Vishnu.
Vishnu.
Vishnu,
Yes.
okay. But
Rama is an avatar of Vishnu. That's that at that point of time. But otherwise, Vishnu is always there.
as we go back and back and back in the creations of this universe and all these things, a lot of black holes go back. There was nothing. Before nothing, also there was something. He is the Parabrahma. That is the Mahadeva, Parameshwara sitting there, doing very deep
No,
meditation.
you are. Stop there. I understood your point. No more. No need to explain any further. You have to first understand that Parabrahma is only one Om. Right? Okay. Now this
My
Parabrahma
concept
is
not that.
having three parts.
Please, my concept is not that.
What is it?
Parabrahma is doing meditation even before creations were there, before Kalabhairava, Agnirlinga, etc., etc. Next, Prakriti, Parvati came, Brahma came. He was in a state of emptiness. If he thinks something, it becomes duality, which is against Advaita. So, what I say is that Parameshwara is sitting, who is in a state of void, he is in emptiness because he is himself everything. So there is nothing he has to think about. He is enjoying himself, he is enjoying his own creations, he is enjoying his own universe. So this is what I am contemplating. As you said,
Okay.
there are many
Okay.
interpretations as Shankaracharya told.
No, it's not that. Listen to me. See, this is not a ordinary thing to say in black and white. Okay, it's not possible to express categorically black and white. Okay, no, this is spiritual subject. It's Adhyatma. So this total Parabrahman, Om, can be manifest, can be interpreted, or can be viewed as Shiva, or can be viewed as Vishnu. That's why they were supposed to be both equal. Shivaya Vishnu Rupaya, Shiva Rupaya Vishnave, Namo Vai Brahman He Vas. Now this Shivascha Hridayam Vishnu, Vishnoscha Hridayam Shiva. This issue came up even in the ISKCON peoples because they entirely focus on Narayana Vishnu Rupa only. But they also admit finally that Shiva is another form of Vishnu. And vice versa, you can say Vishnu is another form of Shiva. So the Rama performed Shiva Pratishtha in Rameswaram. Rama is an avatar of Vishnu, though he is a human being only at that time. He didn't know that he was Vishnu and all that. So the point here is, at a very high level, at the level of Parabrahman, both are same. In fact, this fact is told even by the current Shankaracharya of Sringeri, the older Shankaracharya, Bharati Tirtha Swami, very clearly in some of his lectures. When he visited Tirupati, he also visited Srikalahasti. All of us do that. There he explained, both are same actually, though they are two different manifestations. So Adi Shankaracharya himself demonstrated these two manifestations both to his mother when she was dying. She asked, in fact, why are you showing both? Then he told both are manifestations of same Parabrahma. Okay? Right. Go to the next.
Okay, I think we'll have Prarthana and then take up questions, sir.
Okay.
Thank you. Babu garu.
Okay. Let us request Rajalakshmi garu to chant.
ॐ स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीमहीषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितो ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः अपुत्रा पुत्रिणः सन्तु पौत्रिणः अधनाः सधनाः सन्तु जीवन्तु शरदां शतम् ॐ सत्यं वद धर्मं चर स्वाध्यायान् मा प्रमदः सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः सर्वे जना सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तसन्मङ्गलानि सन्तु सर्वं श्रीकृष्णार्पणमस्तु हरि स्वस्ति
ధన్యవాదములండి రాజ్యలక్ష్మి గారు. థ్యాంక్ యూ. Now let's go for జనగణమన. చల్లా చిట్టుబాబు గారు.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जय हिंद जय हिंद
జై హింద్. ధన్యవాదములండి చల్లా చిట్టుబాబు గారు. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్. నౌ లెట్ us resume our question answer session.
రవీంద్ర పంతులు గారు.
గురుభ్యో నమః. గురుగారు, కృష్ణుడికి అర్జున పట్ల కాస్త
English,
ఈస్
please.
హ్యావింగ్ లవ్ టువర్డ్స్ అర్జున అండ్ హీస్ పుట్టింగ్ ఆల్ ద ఎఫర్ట్స్ టు not get it off to win the battle, and there is question and answer type of this Bhagawadgita samvadana. In that battlefield, how it is happened, sir?
Yes, it's a good question. Now, you know that in the first chapter they have explained very clearly. Senayor Uhayor Madhya Sthapayitva Radhottamam. I went to the spot physically many times. So on both sides, the two armies are there. In between, they are there. So Arjuna got emotional. He was overcome with compassion by looking at Bhishma, Drona, particularly, and also others, because whom he loved extremely. Because he was brought up by them. He was brought up by Bhishma, he was brought up by Drona. He learned everything from Drona. So he cannot fight a war against them. That is the last thing he would like to do. He would rather do begging. Bhaikshyamapi halo guruna hatvahi mahanubhavan sreyo bhoktum bhaikshyamapi haloke. It is better to go around begging to live life instead of attacking my own guru and my own father, grandfather, great-grandfather Bhishma. So he was overcome with vishada, depression, compassion. So he just collapsed on the ground. And all this is being watched by those people. Now they were waiting for the war to start. And before the war started, this happened. So now what Krishna will do? Because he tried his best to avoid this war. He went as a diplomatic mission to Hastinapuram. Hastinapuram is Meerut. I have been there also. The Ganga is flowing right there. So finally the war was decided. Arjuna was party to that. Please remember this. Arjuna was party because Dharmaraj Yudhishthira bet only on Arjuna, because Arjuna is the key person. If he is not there, the war would never be won by Pandavas. They know it. So Arjuna being the key stakeholder, he was party to it, party to the decision of going to the war. And having done that, because of the effect of Kurukshetra environment, he became compassionate and he just collapsed. So it is only a mental delusion. Because if he is not really interested in the war, he should have not become party to the war right from the beginning. He was party to the war. He was a critical stakeholder. If he was not there, there is no war. And why these fellows are kept that side? This Duryodhana and these fellows, why did they keep Bhishma and Drona there? Because they thought if Bhishma and Drona are there, then they will win the war. Because they are the superior to Arjuna. So to keep them on their side, Duryodhana did all kinds of tricks. You know what all this? I don't know, tell you whole Mahabharata now. So this is a dangerous situation. So Krishna had to break this trap. So to break the trap into which Arjuna was falling, he had to motivate. So he motivated for the war to be executed. Because if the war was not executed, then Duryodhana himself will continue to be the emperor of the country as a whole. And he is the manifestation of Adharma. And also the Dushta Chatushtayas with him, Shakuni and Karna and all this for Dushasana. So they will do tremendous damage to the society. So to uphold Dharma, they have to be destroyed. And in the process, Bhishma, Drona became sacrificial goats. Samhitas, they became Samhitas. Because of their mistake of having been associated with them. If they were honest and if they were upholding Dharma to the core, they would have just left that place and gone away from there. They didn't do it. For whatever reasons, it is their mistake. So they paid the price. So not to fall into the trap which Duryodhana made, because Duryodhana knew that if these people are kept in front, Arjuna will not fight and he will be defeated. Even if he fights, he will be defeated. Because he will not have the motivation. So to overcome that trap, Krishna had counseled. It's a psychological management counseling where he transformed Arjuna from no war situation to war situation. Because telling him that you are not fighting this war, I am doing. He showed the Vishwarupa, where he showed that these fellows are already dying. So, Maya hatam stvam jahima visishtva yujjasva jeta sirane sapat. These fellows are all already killed by me. I am the Lord, I am by Narayana, Vishnu, Vishwarupa. You are only nimitta matram bhava savya sachin. So once he saw that happening, I realized Krishna is not an ordinary friend or relative man, human. He is Lord Narayana himself, who is already executing all this. Then he agreed. And there is one more description for the benefit of the previous questioner. Arjuna realized whenever he went and killed people, he saw that before him, right before him, Shiva was going and killing them. He is only a namesake killer. So Shiva is the destroyer, Rudra. So Shiva himself killed everyone. So this was not visible to anybody except Arjuna himself. So Shiva and Vishnu are always together. They are doing same thing together. And that's why even in our prayer sloka, we have a simple prayer that Sutra Bhashya Krito Vande Bhagavanto Punah Punaha. Vyasa wrote Brahma Sutras, Shankaracharya wrote commentary. Shankaracharya is avatar of Shiva, Vyasa is avatar of Vishnu. And like this, and every time they are complementing, supporting each other. They are aiming at the same task. So this is how the whole Bhagawadgita happened. He might have conversed with Arjuna only for 20 minutes. People are waiting. You are also waiting when I have to come late. I come late. So they are waiting, because unless this whole thing is the war starts, they cannot fight. So 20 minutes was the maximum he spent. But in that time, the knowledge which he transferred, the Vishwarupa which he showed, nobody else saw the Vishwarupa. Please remember, Duryodhana and all this, nobody saw Vishwarupa. Only Arjuna saw, Sanjaya saw, and of course Vyasa saw. So only 3 people saw the Vishwarupa. So the Maya is there. So the Vishnu Maya, within 20 minutes, he motivated him and turned him around. Full, complete 180 degrees turnover. And that is recorded in sloka form by Vyasa. Okay, right, next.
Okay.
Thank you, Guru.
Yeah, any other person? Padmavati garu, you had some question? You can ask.
అవునండి గురుగారు నమస్కారం అండి గురుగారు ప్రభు గురుగారు అది
చెప్పండి.
ధర్మాల గురించి మీరు చెప్పింది రాసుకున్నాను అంటే ప్రవృత్తి ధర్మం నివృత్తి ధర్మం అన్నారు మరీచి అండ్ అదర్ ఋషులు దేవర్షులు ప్రవృత్తి ధర్మం అని చెప్పారండి. సనక సనానంద ఋషులు నివృత్తి లక్షణం అని చెప్పారు.
ప్రజాపతులు ప్రవృత్తి ధర్మం. ప్రజాపతి అన్ని సృష్టి చేశారు. కశ్యప ప్రజాపతి సంతానమే సృష్టి అంతా. సో మరి మహర్షుల యొక్క వంశం, బ్రాహ్మణుల యొక్క గోత్రాలు అవే మహర్షులు. అంటే దేవర్షులు వేరే ఉన్నారు. సో సృష్టి చేయడానికి, జీవాలను సృష్టి చేయడానికి ప్రజాపతిస్ అండ్ అదర్, దట్ ఈస్ ఫర్ creation purpose, and nivritti is going for moksha only, and he created nivritti lakshana dharma meant for the sanaka sanandana, such people who are sannyasis. Okay,
అలా అవునండి. నివృత్తి అంటే మోక్ష అండి, ప్రవృత్తి అంటే క్రియేషన్ అని చెప్పి
సృష్టి స్థితి అంతా.
అర్థమైందండి. ధన్యవాదాలు.
నమస్కారం సార్. నమస్తే మహోదయ. Sir, I read somewhere that even Hanuman, who was sitting on the chariot of Arjuna, also heard Bhagawadgita. Is it correct, sir?
I'm not sure. He might have heard. I'm not sure, but he heard the conversation, but he wouldn't have seen the Vishwarupa.
Because in Madhyala Swami's commentary, it was mentioned that Hanuman also heard this Bhagawadgita.
No, he might have heard definitely, but he has not seen. He has not seen the Vishwarupa.
Vishwarupa was only seen by Arjuna and Sanjaya.
Yes, and Vyasa, of course.
Of course. And sir, one more doubt, sir. Dharmaraja was the king who is leading the army. Lord Krishna preferred only Arjuna to teach these things instead of
Dharmaraja is just a namesake.
Puppet. Puppet.
No, he has his own strengths. His strength is dharma. He will stick to dharma come what may. So he that's why he is known as Dharmaraja. He is the eldest, therefore he is the king. But he has no power. Arjuna alone has the power.
Okay, sir. Dhanyavad.
Okay, if there are no other questions, let us close. Shall we close, sir?
Just a minute. There is a question from Arun Kumar garu, Rallabandi. If you, Lakshmi Khanapur garu, you can ask the question.
నమస్కారం గురుగారు. చిన్న డౌట్ అండి. అది కురుక్షేత్రం, when the Kurukshetra war was going on during the 18th, it seems, I have heard, I don't know whether it's right or wrong, that Draupadi used to come in the night and she used to clear the battlefield. Is that right? And she is the avatar of Kalika, they said.
No, these are, I don't think these things are mentioned in the Mahabharata. See, they are additional interpretations. Okay. Whatever is there in Mahabharata, that only has to be taken. Original Mahabharata.
Okay. Thank you.
For Ramayana also, so many other stories are there. But original Valmiki Ramayana has to be taken first.
Okay, thank you. Okay, if there are no questions, we close.
Okay, thank you all. Let it close.
Sir, one question, sir.
Or raise your hand so that we will know who is asking. You know?
Sir,
yeah, Arun Kumar garu. Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, good morning, sir. Sir, wonderful explanation through bullet points. Sir, I have a small doubt in 9th chapter. In 9th chapter, 4th shloka, in the 3rd charan, Matsthani Sarva Bhutani. And immediately after that, in the 5th shloka, in the 1st charan, there is Nacha Matsthani Bhutani. It appears to be contradictory, sir.
No, it's not. There's a grammatical interpretation problem. The truth is, everything is in me. I am not in them, but they are in me. That's what he says.
But in the 5th shloka, they are also not in me, he is saying.
No. We will discuss this when we cover 9th chapter.
Okay, sir. Right, sir. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Babu garu.
Okay.
Yeah, you can close now.